My next guest is a giant among men. She is a force to be reckoned with, a woman with so much energy. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the woman who has put Weimar on the map. Please welcome Carla Stephenson of Tiny Lights Festival. Oh, welcome. So good to be here. Please have a seat there. Themes, little song there.
Something happens after 40, like the dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Feels really good. Feels really good.
I'm with you. We are on that same train.
Feels good.
Well, I'm so happy to have you here.
I'm so excited to be here.
You know I'm a big fan just of you as a human being, but also what you're doing out there in Weimar. So I think let's educate the people. What's Tiny Lights?
What is Tiny Lights?
Yeah.
Tiny Lights is a new model for festivals.
Okay.
So it is this year 8 venues over 3 days in a little tiny town of 300. The entire town becomes a festival. And we focus on participation rather than observation.
Right.
So
let's talk about a little bit what that means, basically. So the festival, I'm taking it, is happening all around you, and people are doing things?
Yes,
yeah.
And so we have 90 performances over the weekend, and we also have 50 workshops. Okay. So when you get there, you become part of the whole fabric of the town, which is kind of awesome.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you have some photos today that you're going to show.
I sure do.
So let's start with the first slide number 1.
Yeah.
And turn people's attention to that. So what is this all about?
So people are wondering what Weimar is. There's a lot of misconceptions about what this little town is, 20 kilometers south of Nelson. It's really, really fast to get there, so you should really know that. Anyway, we have multiple venues. We have these little tiny places all around, and the best part about it is that Tiny Lights was made from my husband and I. It's like a baby. Yeah, and so we showcase this entire town, but it started off, my husband graduated from this program, actually.
Oh, he did?
He did, and he went back to school at 40.
Oh, how
Isn't that
wonderful.
amazing? In this very room.
And so he's part of this whole energy.
And he's an amazing musician.
Okay.
And he has a very high quality of what he likes to have.
You guys are a force to be reckoned with.
We are a force together.
A team.
That's right. And I love community economic development.
Right.
So this slide here, which we just saw, it was our skate park that happened.
Okay. And so people were building that.
Totally.
And yes. Okay. So you involved the whole community. Not only you're hiring people, you've got volunteers.
Yes. So our entire community is these amazing people. So in a town of 300, we have blacksmiths, we have people who can build a whole skate park, we have amazing musicians, talent, all kinds of crazy stuff. So the second slide that we have here, I don't know what that is. Is it coming up?
Yeah.
It's amazing because you have these little tiny venues. So you might have a venue of 50 people, and we had the Bahamas there. We had people that you haven't heard of yet, but you will.
Right.
So we're really good at doing that.
So you're promoting these small Canadian Indiana acts and bringing them out and giving them exposure.
Exactly. And there is also no barrier between the performers and the town. So there's not like this backstage where people are, fluffed up prior to going on. It's like, well, but everyone's just all working together, which is awesome. I know, I need one of those too, don't we all? But so as part of this festival, as it's been growing, this is our 5th year.
Sure.
This year I was able to go to Toronto and speak at the Canadian Arts Summit.
I saw that piece. That was incredible.
And so what I realized when I was there was how innovative the Kootenays are.
That's true.
And so this is like the third slide that I was going to talk about. So what I've realized is that we are doing humongous initiatives all throughout the Kootenays, and we really need to realize that our towns are amazing here. So at our festival, we did a bokashi composting system.
That's amazing. So what is that?
Bokashi is like a live living organism that does stuff that eats the garbage, I guess. But our operations director, who you see there, Michelle, the most entire amazing woman in the world, she was very adamant about us making no garbage. So over 3 days and 1,000 people, we made 1 bag of garbage. What? And to be fair, many other festivals in the area are using this too. And so we have, I know Caslo's using it. Lots of other festivals in the area are using this too.
Awesome.
And it should be like the gold standard. That's where we should be starting from and then moving from there. We also had a bike and solar powered stage 2 years ago.
That's a great idea.
And so we had Michelle Mungal come down there. And, By the way, I just have to go back for a second.
NDP rep.
Those women, those people who were dancing were so amazing.
I know. Our audiences are just as incredible as our guests.
And Lisa's coming to the festival, and I'm going to ask her. Maybe I'll ask her if maybe she'll do a little dance like that for us there.
Oh, a serious dance for you.
A serious dance.
Yes, I think it's here for Lisa. I think Lisa just got a job.
Wouldn't that be
So you
awesome?
get a new career.
Yeah. So that's awesome.
Solo serious dancer.
Wouldn't that be awesome? You get a business card.
Madly dancing. Going up to people, angrily dancing at them.
I love that.
It's like an installation piece.
I love it.
It's like, I like that.
I love it. We
mu-
actually have a stage at the festival. One of our stages is called the shower stage.
Oh, really?
And so it's actually shaped like a shower.
Is the shower going?
No, it's not going. The shower's not going.
Okay, okay.
But anyone can have 5 minutes of fame.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, so it's an open stage.
Just that one stage, yes,
Oh,
that's
wow.
right.
And does that include just musicians or spoken word or anyone?
Anything you want,
that's
and
cool.
every musician who's performing there has to also perform on that stage. At some point throughout the festival, it's in their contract, so that's pretty
wonderful.
cool. Yeah.
That's really wonderful.
That's really exciting,
Okay.
yeah.
And everyone camps out there, or you put them up, or how does that work?
Okay, so there are 2 hotels in Weimar, 2 ancient
yeah,
hotels.
the beautiful
They are amazing.
Weimar Hotel.
If you guys just don't even want to come to the festival, just go to the hotel because it's so amazing. There's a $10 million art collection in that hotel.
Yes, I know.
I know people are like, you're
It's
from,
unreal.
They're like, you're from Weimar, it's like the biker town. I'm like,
Art town.
you might want to reconsider your thoughts about that.
Every single bit of wall in that hotel is covered with art.
Absolutely.
It's unbelievable. Floor
Unreal.
to ceiling. It's something
Unreal.
else. Something to see.
Unreal. Yeah. And so, what else?
What
else should
my
we talk
dear?
about?
Yes. So, you have a lot of people working together, and this next slide I think is about that, right?
Yeah.
The Weimar people come together that we've been talking about, and I was curious about the one picture there of people cooking stuff on a spit that you threw in there. I get the other photos, but
Okay, so that one's-
what is going on there?
So Weimar's an unincorporated town. So if we want to talk about community
Yes.
economic development, we don't have
Right.
a mayor, we don't have laws. So we're kind of It's true. It's true.
Someone moved to Weimar.
Yeah, so we're kind of self-governing there.
You just there's so many people packing their bags right now.
So
Online. You just blew up Weimar.
it's also quite challenging.
Right.
So like
Oh,
let's not go there. But there's also some really great things about it. And one of them is how amazing and self-sufficient everyone is. So there's an amazing population of these women who can chop wood and do all these crazy things. So this was a post-apocalypse party that we had. And that's a chicken roasting on a spit. Yep. In the middle, and there's their guns being shot. Yep, that happened in Weimar.
I actually have a quick story about Weimar. The very first time I went there, I was in that beautiful hotel, just having a beer after a hike in the middle of the day. And all of a sudden, we look out the window, and across the street, this pickup pulls up, and like the boom box out and everything. There's people partying, and they have like kegs of beer, and they're like partying, and nobody cared. It's the middle of the day. Not a cop came by. The hotel didn't even mind. They're serving. It was just like that would not happen anywhere else in the world.
Probably not. This is not helping us. I just went to a marketing consultant and I said, we're trying to, change the face of Weimar. And they said, what you need to show is that it's safe.
Yeah,
It's safe. So all of you, it's safe. Weimar's safe. That kind of thing doesn't really happen.
Safety third.
Oh, sorry. Safety third. That's right.
Oh, my mouth tonight. I don't know.
Okay, so another amazing aspect of our festival is the historic aspect of our festival.
Right.
So Weimar was a mining town, and at one point it was bigger than Nelson.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that amazing?
That
we had a
is
hospital,
amazing.
we had all these crazy things. And so one day I was like looking through old historic pictures of Weimar, and I saw this amazing slide that we were to see.
This next
Does
one.
anyone know what this is in the audience? Like what is going on there?
No, tell me.
Okay, so I was like, what is this? So I asked some of the older women in our town, and it was a grocery race that happened. Weimar has a long history of festivals, long before Tiny Lights. And there was one called May Day Fest, and they had a grocery race. So they would basically throw groceries all over the field, and then women wearing skirts would run and grab as many groceries as they could in their skirts.
Oh.
And the men would watch, and that was really great. So we were like, let's recreate this. But it is 2015. It was 2012 then.
So
but we said anyone who's wearing a skirt can participate.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have-
Inclusivity.
It's very inclusive.
Yes.
Yes, it's very inclusive. And
Very
so that
good.
was really great. So we've recreated it. It's become a really amazing part of the festival. And I really wanted to say that really when you come there, you're really part of everything. There are no barriers between anything. You become part of the entire town, which is awesome. The dogs of Weimar are very famous.
Yeah, you were going to tell me about this. What is these dogs of Weimar?
Because we have no laws and no bylaws, the
They
dogs
just
kind
roam
of
free?
They roam free, but in a really good. They have a
Okay.
hierarchy. They have lots of they have their own thing going on.
No
It's
packing?
good. No, there's no packing. They have
really?
it all worked out. They have characters and
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
it's great. It's great. So yeah, why were we talking about the dogs?
I don't know. You led me there. I don't know. Because We love dogs.
We love
here at
dogs
the
in
lineup.
Weimar. It's all good.
Really do,
we actually did a fundraising effort in which we did photographs of the dogs of Weimar, and people
Oh, you
loved it.
did? We should make a calendar with
We did.
that.
I did.
Oh, you did?
You can get it
I
on our website. Okay.
And this last slide is about the youth, right,
yes.
of your town?
Yes.
Because you have them quite involved.
So this is the thing. Weimar
Yeah.
has 350 people. 65 of them are under the age of 15.
What?
What?
Yeah,
I know.
That's
what?
a huge percentage.
It's a huge percentage.
Yeah.
And so what happens to these kids is they grow up in this beautiful place and then they end up leaving and going to other places that are far from here.
To seek out their life and education.
Totally. And this has
Right.
happened lots through other communities. And so having people engaged in the community has been amazing. So my husband did this innovative program last year, or a couple of years ago, where he had the youth do all the public service announcements for the festival.
Okay.
They also got engaged in being our ambassadors and also learned how to use all the sound equipment. And they were our helpers. So it was amazing. They got to like meet famous people and hang out with them and be kind of backstage with them, but also become stewards of their own festival, which was
Right.
awesome. And they took ownership over it. So we know that we have continuity, and by being able to see something happen that they did, now they're like vested in the community, which
In their
is great.
community, and also you're letting them be part of something bigger than they normally would probably
Totally.
get a chance, which gives them such a unique set of skills.
And also, we had the rock camp come. So ESL, this amazing women band from Vancouver, came.
Oh, okay.
And we did a rock camp in which they wrote, recorded. Also, Sean ran that too. He needs props. That guy needs props.
of yours.
Yeah, so they wrote, recorded, and did this amazing performance all within 5 days. That's the other picture that we saw there too.
Really?
Yeah. And
The
so
kids with the band did this with the kids.
yeah, and then they wrote, recorded, had a CD at the end, and we're going to
Oh.
feed into Selkirk, into this wonderful place. Yeah.
Wow,
which
that's
is great.
really incredible. Well, you and your husband are a force to be reckoned with. You've been together a
So
long
are you.
time. You told me you had some advice about marriage. What's that all about?
Is it? Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
It was
20 years?
20 years? That's pretty,
Yeah,
that's a long
pretty
time.
special. 20 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
my advice to you, because you guys
Okay.
are such lovely newlyweds.
Yeah, 1 year.
Woo! That's so good. The first year, the first couple of years are the hardest. How can it be hard? She's
I
so
know,
amazing.
it's adorable.
Okay, anyway. But my advice to you is that you never know what's going to happen. So after 20 years,
Right.
things can change on a dime, and you can be revitalized and have all this great, especially when the kids move out.
Right.
Great things can happen. So that's my
Wow.
advice for you. That's my
Can't
advice.
wait for 20 years.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
awesome.
Yes.
Oh,
And so-
Carla. Yes.
I'm just so grateful that you're doing this and that the space it
and we're
exists
grateful
here.
you're doing what you're doing. And I think there's a little bit more to just explain about the festival, and that is the way you integrate all these amazing workshops that you talk about. Because I know you have things like wildcrafting and beekeeping. What else do you have going on?
Right. So instead of, I think people have an idea of a festival is they go
Yeah.
there, put their blanket on, and
Yeah.
look at a stage, and wait for some big name act to come up. That's not what happens there.
Right.
Because we have all these multiple venues, you need to look at your calendar and see it and plan out what you're going to do. So whether you like kids music, whether you like blues, whether you like electronica, we have so much, because there's 100 performances going on.
That's unbelievable.
So you have to really track
the management
out
of that must
what
be
you're going to do.
incredible.
It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
and in a town of 300 people having 100 over 100 performers come is amazing.
That is-
Theater, we've had Bessie, we've had Lucas, we've had all the great people from Nelson, but also our mandate is bringing in people from other places that you would never see.
Of course.
And so there are some pretty fantastic applications and stuff, and having them in this intimate way. And so you have to map it out. So in addition to all this, there's all these workshops going on at the same time. So you
Right.
can take a hike in the woods, you can learn how to beekeep, you can learn mycology, you can learn about our bokashi system. So there's an
Right.
equal amount of sustainability, you can do tango.
And this is all offered within the ticket price.
Within your ticket price.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so instead
Yeah.
of just sitting there, you're going to actually come and be part of what's going on, which is pretty fun.
I think that makes it super unique and really important for people to check out. I think it's a whole nother level of what we can be doing with entertainment.
And
It
with
really
community
is.
building.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Building
exactly.
your community, bringing people in from outside to
Hey,
even
you know what
make
just
it more
happened?
interesting.
You just did it right now.
Tell me.
You just did it. You just
Oh,
did
yeah?
it. You had the dance off. So instead
Oh,
of people
yeah.
just sitting there, something changes when you actually
Yeah,
start and you break that
engaging.
barrier and you actually start engaging and doing something in a group. It's so fun. It's
Power to
it's
the
not
people,
scary.
right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
it's
scary
so
at all.
true.
So it's good.
Well, it's been such a pleasure, and I
Yay.
think we all can really just give Carla a warm
Thank you.
warm thank you for being here.
And you can buy tickets online right now.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah, let's talk about that before you go. So if you want to buy tickets for Tiny Lights, where do you go?
www.tiny, I didn't even say that anymore, tinylightsfestival.com.
Okay, and they're on sale right now for the 2016
You got it June
concert?
10th to 12th.
Excellent.
And we also have applications right now available for performers, and we're getting close. So if you're a performer, Get on
Get
it.
it in. And what about volunteers? Do you need
Volunteers,
do
we
you
have. We're going to start volunteer applications in January.
Okay, so if you're interested in that, keep your eye open for it too. Thanks so much, Carla.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
So good to see you.
Good job.